Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to our second day of field day here in Pium Pium, Myanmar. And today I'm still with our great trainer from Vegcap University, Mr. Herman De Puter. So we had two stations yesterday, the seedling production and the fertilization. So we still have to show you three more stations. And for this first station, Mr. Herman, what is our demo?
Yeah. So this training is about mulching, the importance of mulching. So we have three different mulching systems. Well, actually two, but one is without mulch, one is with organic mulch, with rice straw, and one is with plastic mulch. And each type has different benefits and different disadvantages. Of course, without mulch you have the risk of a lot of nutrient leaching, and if you can see, also a lot of weeds. So with mulch you have a lot of weed suppression, and also with mulch you can retain moisture in the soil. Organic mulch, the benefit is that next to a bit of weed suppression and preventing losses of nutrients and water retention, you also add organic matter to the soil. With plastic mulch, it differs what color you use, because black, silver, white, it all has an impact on the soil temperature. And also it has a bit of an impact on pest suppression. But in terms of nutrient losses and in water retention, it's the best option. A big disadvantage is that it costs, so the farmers have to consider the investment and also think about what to do with the plastic after it's used.
Thank you very much for that very well explained experiment on mulching. And what do you think would be the more like, for example, in an area that they don't have this straw mulch, or they don't have this plastic mulch, what other alternatives that the farmers can use for the mulching?
For mulching, then it's very hard, because then if you don't have organic mulch or no plastic mulch, then maybe you can cut grass from the area around, but otherwise it will be very hard.
Okay, so and also, do we need to consider the season during the crop production as well?
For the season it also differs. With organic mulch you can use it in both seasons, in the dry season to retain the moisture, and in the wet season to retain the nutrients, to prevent leaching. With plastic mulch, there I saw that during the wet, hot season, sometimes you can have more problems with bacterial wilt. So that's something to consider still.
Okay, so it's more on the decision making.
Yeah. So it's really tailor-made, individual decision.
Exactly.
Yes.
And also decide with the farmer when
exactly.
you do that one. Yeah. So as you can see at the back, we have this group as well presenting the advantages or disadvantages of using these mulches with our visitors for this second day. And for the next station, we're going to the trellising. Yeah. So we have the next station with the trellising group. So here they will show you also some techniques on putting stakes or trellis for the tomato. And why is it very important to have this stake, Mr. Herman?
Well, in the first place, for tomato, if you don't trellis, then the plant will lie on the soil, and then with the soil contact, the fruits can be contaminated by soil-borne diseases, by pests, and also for spraying. It will be more harder to cover the crop very well.
Are there any style that you prefer, or?
Also the style, it depends on the location, the season. Here you can use what I call a fence type, but if you have a location with a lot of winds, a lot of storms, then it's better to have a more rigid construction, like a pyramid shape, or with even poles put in the soil.
But that would be also depends with the resources that is available in the area.
Exactly,
right?
exactly.
Yeah. And I think in other areas that we have, especially in Africa, we have these challenges on the resources that we can use for the trellis. So how can we address those things to help still farmers produce a quality fruit?
Yeah, in Africa, then also resources are very scarce and limited, so also trees are not scarce. So there you have to consider what material is available and try to use the available material. But there I think it should be more sustainable, because exactly. Using the same sticks, for instance, otherwise they will cut down all the trees.
Yeah, exactly. We also have to consider environment issues, right? Concerns. Okay, so you also can see here our visitors with our team, with the trellis station, showing them the techniques on how to do the trellising. And we can proceed to the third station. Okay, for the trellis as well, you have to look at it should be strong, no? Sometimes they put the brace here, and then pull it here so that it can hold the whole plot, because if you have a heavy fruit, then it can just sludge like this one.
So in this situation I would recommend tie this together to make sure that they are not falling sideways, but at least if they fall, it's going to inwards.
Together.
Yes.
Fall together. So together you are stronger. Just one, you are weaker. So
that's why we do it with the two of us.
Yes, exactly. Dora and Jago. And now we're going to the sticky trap station. So in here they're showing one strategy for crop protection management. And this explain us what's in here.
So pest control is very important in tomato. You have a lot of pests. You have aphids, you have thrips, you have tuta absoluta, fruit borer, and farmers spray a lot to control all those pests. But to reduce the amount of pesticides, it's important to make sure that you spray at the right time. And with sticky traps you can monitor the population of pests. Are they present, yes or no, and at what level? And based on the level you can decide, now it's time for spray, yes or no.
Yeah, exactly. So these traps also, is it solely for just monitoring, or you can use also for other purposes?
Sticky traps, if you use a few traps in a field, it will only help for monitoring. You cannot expect that it will reduce the pest population. If you really want to reduce the pest population, you need a lot of sticky traps.
So it's for the mass trapping, right?
For mass trapping, yes.
Okay. So we have one sample here with our stuff. So this one is the yellow sticky trap, and we also have the blue
sticky trap.
So what is the difference for the blue and the yellow sticky trap, Herman?
Well, the difference is that based on color, the insect will be caught. So on the blue you will caught more thrips, and the yellow one is more general. You will caught thrips also, but less than on the blue ones, but also whitefly, aphids. So it depends also what kind of insect you want to monitor, that you choose the color.
Okay. Any other options? For example, if in the area the farmers cannot find these sticky traps, any other options as a trap?
You mean sticky traps?
I don't have sticky traps in the area, so what can farmer use?
Okay, so
as alternate for the sticky trap?
So with this training also explained is that you can make your own sticky trap, but also in Indonesia, as an example, in shallot, farmers use light traps with water as a catch for the Spodoptera.
Okay, so we have other alternatives, options.
There are different traps, there are different lures, there are different methods.
Exactly. And also with this one, with the trappings or with the other strategies, can we say that we can reduce the use of pesticides or insecticides specifically?
I hope so, but at least the pesticides will be used at the right time, at the right place, and not wasted by calendar spraying. And that's more important, that the pesticides are used in a proper way.
Yeah, and also it's very important to diagnose or to identify the right target or the right insect pest, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so that's it for the 3 stations for today, and we hope that you've learned some things from the 5 stations. From yesterday we had the seedling production, we had the fertilization, mulching, trellising, and now the crop protection. So that's it. Thank you very much, and hopefully we see you on the next field day.
Goodbye.
Thank you, Mr. Herman.
Thank you. You're welcome.